Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is June 19th, 2025, and Barcelona have detailed a specific plan for the development and growth of Ibrahim Diarra. Also, Barcelona continue to closely track and are very interested in signing a Danish striker. And finally, patience is wearing thin at Monaco with the whole Ansufati transfer. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and let's begin this video with the news that Barcelona are drafting or have come up with a specific plan for the development and growth of one of Africa's most talented youngsters, Ibrahim Diarra, the 18-year-old Malayan right winger who came up through the Africa Foot Academy. Someone that Barcelona gave him a trial at the club, and then he completely impressed all his coaches. So as soon as he turned 18, Barcelona ran to Mali and was like, let's go, let's hop on a plane, we're going to Spain because we want you at our club. Now Ibrahim Diarra had a slow start to his time at Barcelona, of course expectedly so, because he had spent several months on injury. He was out of form, out of competitive form. He was also overweight because he had been injured for so long, plus he had to adapt to Barcelona and to European football. So at the beginning it was a little bit slow, but towards the end of the season, Ibrahim Diarra began to shine with Barca, with the under-19 youth squad, the Juvenil A, and as such, Barcelona believe that they have made the right bet on Ibrahim Diarra, that he truly has what it takes to become a future star, and as such, the club have detailed a specific plan for him. Now, the plan will include Ibrahim Diarra training with the first team and with Hansi Flick during the preseason, and depending on how that goes, he might be able to travel to the Asia tour, right? They don't want to rush him. They want to first start him out in training. If he does well, great, he goes to Asia. If he doesn't, that's okay. Barcelona are not in a rush. They want to make sure Ibrahim Diarra develops at the right pace and not to rush him and then, risking ruining his development. Another thing that Barcelona have done, of course, Ibrahim Diarra is now on vacation, just like anyone else. So Barcelona have come up with a specific summer fitness plan for the player. And so that way he can arrive in the preseason top shape, right? Most players, they go on vacation. When they come back, first few days, first few weeks, they still have to get back in shape. Barcelona want to make sure that Ibrahim Diarra arrives in the preseason top shape. That way he can, hit the ground running under Flick. And it's reported that Ibrahim Diarra, who's now in Mali on vacation, has been training every day at the Africa Foot Academy facilities, which is his former club. So definitely good news to see that Ibrahim Diarra, taking this as seriously as he can. And I have no doubts that this youngster will end up succeeding at Barcelona. Now, speaking of attackers, we do have to talk about a Danish striker who we talked about in previous video, but now we mention him again because Barcelona are very close to signing him. But we'll see whether his club agrees. Now, this player that I'm talking about is Bro Hansen, a 16-year-old Danish striker who currently plays for the Norwegian club Bodo. Well, again, I mentioned him in a previous video. He made his debut in the Norwegian Cup, where during his first match, he scored a hat-trick. His second match, he scored a hat-trick again. This guy was like, yo, check me out. I got goals up the wazoo. But anyways, Bro Hansen is someone that Barcelona have been tracking for quite some time. And in fact, Barca scouts went and watched him live. They watched him during Denmark's under-16 versus England's under-16 match. And once again, Barcelona scouts were very, very impressed. And Barcelona wanna sign this player who currently has a market value of 500,000 euros, which is absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. But what's the problem? The problem is that his current club have doubts about sanctioning any sales. They know the player has a lot of promise. They know he's 16, he's still young. So they want him to stay another season and play in first division Norwegian football so he can continue growing, developing without the pressure of being at a big club. And also Barcelona do have lots of competition from English, German, and Italian clubs. We'll see what happens, but it is reported that Bro Hansen is a Barca fan. If you go on his social media accounts, he follows all the Barca teams, the first team, the Barca Athletic, all the Barcelona players, even Barca Athletic players. So it looks like he is, in favor of coming to Barcelona. But again, it's all going to depend on Bodo and whether they're going to sanction a sale of Mikel Bro Hansen. And all I have to say is the guy has the word bro in his name. I mean, we got to sign him. I don't even care about his skills. I mean, Bro Hansen, like, come on. It's a no-brainer. Anyway, speaking of attackers, we do have to talk about two, Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. And why do we have to talk about them? Because, of course, now, as I reported in a previous video, Barcelona have reached full agreement with Nico Williams for him to come to the club. So now the question is, can Barcelona or will Barcelona still be interested in Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz? And, well, I do have an update in regards to those two situations. Now, starting with Marcus Rashford, as you know, the player offered himself to Barcelona and said he's willing to wait for as long as he needs to or as long as he can to see if Barcelona would be willing to sign him. He did that in the winter transfer market as well. Barcelona are considering Marcus Rashford, or were considering Marcus Rashford, but only on a loan with an option to buy, which Manchester United are now open to. But now with the arrival of Nico Williams, of course, the question is, will Barcelona still be interested in him? And it's reported that Marcus Rashford has actually communicated to Barcelona like, hey, I know you guys signed Nico Williams, but I'm still interested. I'm still willing to wait. And Rashford is confident that Barcelona would be able to sign him because, again, he would be coming on loan, so there won't be any financial fair play problems. Now, of course, we'll see whether Barcelona will be looking to do this or not. But for now, Rashford still willing to wait for Barcelona despite the club signing Nico Williams. Now, the other guy is, of course, Luis Diaz, Deco's #1 option to reinforce the left wing, someone that is not fully convinced with the current contract renewal offer that Liverpool have put on the table, but of course something that makes this signing almost impossible is that Luis Diaz has kind of like an agreement with Liverpool that they will let him go, but for something around 80-85 million euros, which of course Barcelona are not willing nor can they afford. So Luis Diaz, even before the whole Nico Williams situation, was already ruled out due to the price, because Barcelona could only sign him if Liverpool were willing to lower their asking price, which they're not because they have an agreement in place with the player. And as far as Rashford, he is willing to wait. Now, we will end today's video by discussing another attacker, and this one is Ansufati, because, ladies and gentlemen, patience is wearing thin at Monaco. Now, as you know, Barcelona have been in talks with Monaco for several weeks now for the transfer of Ansufati. Originally, Barcelona were looking to transfer him on a permanent basis, but eventually they ended up negotiating a loan with an option to buy. And so far, they cannot close the agreement because one big thing is standing in the way, and that big thing is the salary. As you know, Ansufati has a monstrous salary, a big salary that most clubs cannot afford. And right now, Monaco are willing to pay less than half of what Ansufati's salary is. And of course, that for Barcelona is not helpful, because if they're going to end up paying most of Ansufati's salary, they might as well keep the player. The whole idea of transferring Ansufati is to remove his huge wage, or a big part of his huge wage, off their books so they can register players like Nico Williams or Joan Garcia. And Monaco are not even offering half of the salary. So there's still a big fight on how much Monaco should cover as far as Ansufati's salary. And it's reported that patience is wearing thin because Monaco's coach, Eddie Hutter, he wants all his players ready by June 28th for the preseason. And so far, no news on whether Ansufati will be able to complete this deal or not. Now, all I have to say, hopefully they reach an agreement soon, because we cannot keep Ansufati another season on the bench charging the humongous salary that he has, because we need that space for players like, again, Joan Garcia and Nico Williams, who will actually contribute to the team besides, just sitting on the bench. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload another video a few moments ago. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, bis Barça.